Hi there, welcome to another C# video tutorial. I'm Josef Bodnar. In this video tutorial, I'm going to talk about read-only and write property. If I cut off this set assessor using comment operator, this property AX becomes read-only property. What does it mean? This means this property AX can't be assigned by a value using this field AX. So we are not able anymore to assign a value to this property AX. By the way, these two set and get are called assessor because they have the ability to manage these fields and the value which these fields are holding through the properties. In my case, through these properties AX. So if I go down here inside this constructor mathematics, you can notice easily that I've got here an error where I've got this property AX. I go over with my cursor and the Visual Studio show me the sort of error which I got. Property or indexer mathematics.ax cannot be assigned to. It is read-only. So this property AX, as it looks now, it is a read-only property. If I go to another file, calculator, where I've got this class calculator, I won't be able to assign a value to this property AX. If I remove this comment operator, you see I receive straight away errors. Is the same error if I go over with the cursor over this property AX. So this property, it is a read-only property, and we are not able anymore to assign values either from inside the class where they were declared or from outside the class where they were declared. If you want to see what kind of errors do you have in your code, you can do this as well here in error list. You give a click on it, and here you can read the kind of error what you received. But what we can do, instead of it, we can assign a value straight to the field, for example. So I can assign the value to this field AX. I don't receive any error, as you see. But the best way to forbid others to assign a value to your property outside the class where they were declared is to use a modifier access. How you can do this? Let's remove this comment here, and I'm going to use before this assessor set a private modifier access. So now I don't have here inside this constructor any error. As you can see now here, this property AX doesn't receive any errors. So I'm able to assign a value to this property AX using the constructor where the property inside the class where the property was declared. Instead of it, if I go here inside this file calculator where I've got this class calculator, I can notice easily that I received an error here where I've got this AX property. Why? Because this way to wrap this property, this assessor set, using this sort of modifier access private, I'm not able to assign a value outside the class where this property was declared. So that's why I received here this error, and the Visual Studio offer me and explain the property or indexer mathematics.ax cannot be used in this context because the set assessor is inaccessible. So we are not able to access this property AX. In other words, we are not able to assign a value to this property AX from outside the class where they were declared. I'm going to cut off these code lines using the comment operator. Now my application doesn't receive any errors. Here in constructor, inside constructor, I don't have any errors. So now I can release this application. And here you go. I received in a console the result of this application. This application works fine. So this is the best way to protect your property if you don't want someone else to assign a value to your property outside the class where they were declared. The best way is to use this private modifier access. In this way, you forbid everyone to assign a value to your property. Let's remove this modifier access, yeah. And now, if I go here and I cut off using this comment operator, I cut off this get assessor. Now, in this moment, this property AX is write property. So what does it mean, this? This means this property can be assigned by a value using this field AX, but this property cannot return like that with this without this get assessor a value. So in this moment, this property cannot return a value as it looks without this get assessor. If I go inside this file calculator where I've got this class calculator, you can realize easily I've got here these errors where I've got this property AX, and if I go over with the cursor of the mouse, Visual Studio offering me the explanation of error, the property or indexer mathematics.ax cannot be used in this context because it lacks the get assessor. The same error you receive here in error list. So you can read the same thing here if you go down here in error. Now this property AX can't return a value because doesn't have any longer this assessor get, and that's why here I receive this sort of errors. But I can assign a value to this property AX using this field AX because I've got active this set assessor. So I go here and I remove this comment operator from this code lines, and I don't receive any errors here because this property can be assigned by a value using this field AX. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time.